really not in the game to take punishment. He was turning this guy all night. This guy know he didn't win. And was he tough? Actually, very tough and rugged.
Shakur, shut me up. Real quick, Shakur. I'm right here. Shut me up. Shut me up. Hello.
Real.
I don't know why.
Just don't cry, bro. Don't cry afterwards.
I don't know why.
Please don't cry.
Right, he'll take it on the chin. He'll be all right.
You gonna cry, man.
Now watch this.
Man.
Watch January 31st.
Pound list, man.
After the fight, I want you to talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show you.
Man, I wish it was tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm ready right now.
Shut you down.
I'm ready at any given time.
I'm tired of your mouth, bro.
Bro, you not like that.
During the press conference, Floyd Mayweather retaliated against Teofimo Lopez, essentially reminding him that yelling loudly won't alter the outcome once discipline and timing are applied. Teofimo Sr. then boldly declared that they will beat Shakur and freeze him in the same manner that Lomachenko was frozen, as if they had already written a sequel in their minds.
Locked in, I put in the work. Saturday night, all of my work is gonna take care of itself. He could bring whatever he want. He can come in pressure, do whatever he gotta do. He's just gonna bring out the best in me.
You fight, man, because you just want everybody to think you're the best, man. You never fought nobody.
Senior, do not fall when you get in the ring this
Nobody
time.
like my son.
I don't want to see
Nobody
that.
like my son.
Stay on your feet.
Bro, be faster, quicker, smarter.
Gotta have it in control.
More entertaining. More entertaining.
Oh, snap.
Shut up, man.
Bigger.
That double stepping that you do, bro, I got that shit
You're
figured
so
out.
mad. I'm under your
Keep
skin,
on
I know
double
that.
stepping.
I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think
pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You've
for
never
6
been on a
rounds.
big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for
You've
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see?
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
My son fought without no
Wanna see?
air. My son fought without no air against composers.
You can't fight for
got
your
balls.
son. You can't fight
You
for your
gonna tell
son.
me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
I bet you gonna quit.
Yeah, okay, you gonna see.
All right.
Shakur stopped barking at that point, which caused the temperature to change. "I'm going to expose Timo," he stated with a smirk. And that composed assurance was more powerful than any insult. The contrast was immediately apparent. One side promotes conviction and arrogance, while the other promotes inevitability. It sounded more like opposing ideologies than trash talk. Precision against pressure. Control versus noise.
Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything. Again, I'm going to expose it.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound for pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show.
What was it about Tio that you gave yourself like the eye? This is the one I want him, right? Because I'm sure you at a point where you got options, like you could pick, you could pick and choose. Yeah, I know. Why? What was it about him that you was like, all right, this is the one? What made you want to?
He's on top of his game, bro. I said to his last fight in front of New York City.
Times Square. Yeah.
He fought Andre Barboza. He was sharp.
He was stacked. What's my boy name that was dead? Said
He's one of the 5-4 kings, whatever they want to call it. So he on top of his game, bro. So if I see somebody on top of their game, my competitive edge just kick in. It's like, okay, I already visioned right then and there that I want to fight him. Like I want to be in front of him and see how my style do with his style. So it's more so just who the best.
They are both very self-assured. Of course, I believe Timo is more athletic and stronger than Shakur. I think Shakur is a brighter and more technical fighter, but Timo has a good IQ for the sport itself. He's seasoned and composed, but I'm not saying he's a square or a textbook fighter. He seems more mature psychologically, in my opinion. He doesn't take chances or venture outside the bounds. He will frequently engage in more competitive fights, which will ultimately be somewhat dull. Everyone is attacking him because of this. He fights Timo with caution. He seems like a cautious combatant to me.
Can't be too technical with Shakur. You gotta make it a little ugly.
You do. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. You know, certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next. And that's of me. So, you know, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters in the game. You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Yes.
Additionally, just because he is a cautious combatant does not imply that he is not on time. Shakur has many tools at his disposal to help him win. Teofimo also does. To be honest, I think Timo will prevail if he shows up and is prepared to fight like he did against Vasily Lomachenko. Richardson Hitchens enters the room after all the chatter about Styles' camps and chess games, and his gym floor honesty immediately cuts through the clutter. You can't pretend. Richardson stated as much. Shakur and he have been friends since childhood. Sharpening steel on steel while no one was around, sleeping in boxing gyms, and sparring at absurd hours.
Tio did to Lomachenko, and one of the things that I think that gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is Tio threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.
Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that was dangerous actually, and it looked like an.
Me and Shakur became really close at a young age. I think we was about 13.
Yeah.
And me and him started off beefing at first, because I was one of the guys that was like, I started boxing a little later than guys like Shakur. I started boxing like 12.
Oh, okay.
Shakur and them guys was boxing like at 5, 7 years old.
This is significant because, in his words, Shakur is on another level. He is referring to recollection rather than fanaticism. It's not disrespectful when Hitchen remarks that Timo is talented, but not as skilled as Shakur in boxing. That's the viewpoint of someone who has endured living inside Shocker's beat. I appreciate that Richardson didn't act as though this was simple because he still respected Tio and called him dangerous and decorated. However, he kept returning to the fact that Shakur is different in boxing. And when he said that Tio had informed him that Shakur wasn't accustomed to him, you could sense Richardson grinning and saying, "Yeah, we'll see, because familiarity cuts both ways." Hitchen's admission that being overly defensive can backfire, and his prompt reminder that Shakur is a very skilled problem solver. A crucial distinction that many overlook, were what really stood out. Additionally, the confidence was quiet and almost bored, as if he already knew how this film would conclude.
At the end of the day,
You think it's competitive though? It's close?
Yeah, I think it can be competitive.
Yeah.
Tio is real gifted. Shakur is real defensive. And, I feel like when a fighter is super defensive, it can play against you. All you go in there trying to be really defensive, it can play against you. But Shakur's a high-level boxer, and Tio ain't on Shakur level. Tio know that, and like I told Tio when I see him, I said it's different. He told me that me and Shakur is used to each other. That's why I feel like it's different. He said Shakur not used to him. So in 2 weeks we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tio is a 3.5.
And Tio, if you were supposed to somehow win, fight me.
Exactly,
Fight me. That's
exactly.
the fight that I want.
Sure.
But they said they have a game plan. They said they know how they gonna beat Shakur. We'll see, man. Teofimo is a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I gotta give ultimate respect to him because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not gonna be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing, Teofimo's not better than him. So it is what it is.
It's different, Richardson said. It wasn't trash talk. That served as a caution. When the bell strikes and instincts take over, combatants show kindness after witnessing what happens. You could hear the assurance below, even when he joked about fighting Tio himself if the upset somehow occurred. It's not a fight about hype or optimism. It's about having the ability to arrive on time. Drama wasn't what Hitchens sold. He promoted reality. Teofimo must be flawless for 12 rounds, according to reality. Shakur, meanwhile, only needs to be himself. You already know which of those is more difficult if you've been around long enough. Gary Russell Jr. sounds like someone unimpressed by highlight reels, stressing that intelligence beats physical gifts. It's not a diss at Teofimo, but a warning. He's explosive, yet thinkers who manage distance aren't rattled by chaos unless it's controlled. Gary made clear that success comes from purposeful pressure, not wild swings, and his mention of Lomachenko wasn't nostalgia, but a blueprint. noting Teofimo has already shown he can disrupt elite fighters by committing in bursts rather than posing.
Gordo, when he fought Lomachenko, if he fights Shakur the way that he fought Lomachenko, that would somewhat poke holes in Shakur's game as far as allowing him to dictate the ring, dictate the revenue of the ring. You know, he'd have to mash the gas, like I say, in spurts. Put Shakur on the defensive, make him want to be defensive, make him question when he punches. And another thing, he has the ability to hurt Shakur too. I always say intellect over athleticism. You know, I will always choose intellect over athleticism. In my personal opinion, if I had to choose somebody, I'm more so leaning towards Shakur. But I still feel as though it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like Shakur, his game plan is to fight the way that he fights.
Shakur doesn't want prolonged physical exchanges. He wants space, resets, and clean reads, and on that point Gary agreed. Boxing runs on optics, so if Teofimo can push Shakur backward and make him reactive, momentum shifts quickly. But Gary flipped it by noting that if Teofimo waits and plays it safe, Shakur would give him a long, miserable night, stressing that while Teofimo can hurt Shakur, the reverse isn't as clear. He ultimately leaned toward Shakur, arguing that intelligence ages better than bursts, making this less about superiority and more about who maintains their identity under pressure. Controlled chaos favors intelligence, overcrowded intellect invites chaos, and that's why the fight is contingent and unpredictable. Immediately after, Gary Russell Jr. laid out the chessboard of intelligence versus chaos, and Gabe Rosado slid in, making it louder without raising his voice. Gabe warned that even champions still fight like they're trying to prove something, calling it a risky, high-intensity chess match driven by pride, not patience. His lean toward Shakur wasn't favoritism but evidence, pointing to the Zepeda fight where Shakur stood his ground, took shots, fired back, worked the body, and stayed composed, growing his style rather than abandoning it. Gabe praised Teofimo's explosiveness as extraordinary, not hype, stressing that when both fighters bring aggression, the margin for error shrinks fast.
Shoot, man, that's a great matchup. You got two guys, they got great skills, but are both really hungry. It's like they're champions, but they fight like they're prospects or contenders. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see Teofimo taking a step back, and I don't see Shakur taking a step back. Even though they have the ability to box, but I see this being a high intense chess match. You know what I'm saying? Who do I favor? It's tough, man. I think Shakur is a great boxer. But Teo's that dude too, man. But I would lean a little bit towards Shakur.
Why so?
Just because he showed a different element in what he did against Zepeda. He showed, all right, y'all want to see me stand in the pocket? I'll stay in the pocket. He stood in the pocket with Zepeda. He broke him down to the body. Yeah, I mean, combinations. Had good defense. Took shots and showed he could take a punch. So people haven't seen that side of Shakur, and he demonstrated that. So he got the dog in him. So everybody questioned it.
Gabe argued the fight feels subtly unfair because Shakur is surrounded by elite minds like Crawford and Ward, an advantage no stats capture. It's not about superiority but preparation, constant refinement that applies pressure before the bell. That's why many lean toward Shakur. He keeps adding layers while staying true to himself, making hunger paired with elite leadership a dangerous mix, even though Teofimo is fully capable of winning. At its core, the fight comes down to one question. Do you trust discipline more than disruption? Shakur brings patience, precision, and structure, while Teofimo brings strength, agility, and the belief that one explosive sequence can change everything. History shows Teofimo can overwhelm elites when chaos is on his terms, but control can quietly smother momentum if Shakur keeps the fight within his framework. There's no clear answer, only consequences. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.